I'd like to call to order the library building committee. It is Thursday, January 9th, 2025 at 3 p.m. We're located at 1111 Sunset Avenue, Dayton, Mass. This is a hybrid meeting, which means we have some members of the committee on Zoom and some members are present. I'm going to ask for a roll call of the members, starting with Britt.
Britt, Village Roast.
Pat Gales, Sparkle.
Mike Rocket, Library.
Kevin Chico, co-chair.
Ron O'Connor, co-chair.
Jonathan Gale, ADA coordinator.
James Aguirre, building official. Thank you.
Okay,
Mark Dolores.
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
Thank you.
and this is a joint meeting of the Building Committee and Library Board of Trustees. So I call to order the meeting of the Library Board of Trustees. Ron O'Connor, chair.
Rita Russo, trustee. And Mike Son, trustee.
Could we all stand for the pledge of allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, in liberty and justice for all.
I had an opportunity to speak to Nicole Mello last night, and she indicated that she no longer can attend these meetings. She has a new job that prevents her from attending the meetings. We haven't got a formal letter from her on the board of selectmen. Received the letter, but once that happens, we'll address it. Decide what to do next. So, updates regarding project work streams, starting with building infrastructure. I'm gonna go to Jim and that.
Sure, yeah. I don't have an agenda in front of me. Should I touch on everything or should?
Why don't you, well, what do you think, Ron? I'm okay with it.
Oh, yeah, it's number 4 is the HVAC update, but yeah, I would suggest
Yeah.
combine those.
And then we can bring it up on my phone.
Oh, thank you. So I came back from my trip a little concerned because I left a few things to be done while I was away and nothing really materialized. So I made a lot of calls, and looked for answers. And I'm happy to say, as of now, we're in a much better position than we were a few weeks ago. That said, there are a couple of things that I want to run by the committee. Hopefully, I can get your input. The first thing is the BP students have sort of been on hiatus, but they have assured me that they will be there on Monday, and that I will meet them there on Monday to go over the remainder of the project. So that's good. I had the town electrician on backup just in case that didn't materialize, but they finally reached back out to me this week. So good. I guess they've had some internal disruptions over there, so that's fine. As long as I know they're still part of it, we can move forward from here. So the painting contractor has other obligations, and that is Plan B. He agreed to do the painting. So he'll be stuck on the islands on a very large municipal job. So I'm a little concerned that if we rely on Plan B for the painting, we might run into some delays. So I would like the opinion of this body as to whether or not we should try to seek alternative means to get the painting done. I say that because we're actually ready to paint in a couple of areas, and I'd like to, under Mark's direction, he told me which rooms he'd like done first. I'd like to move throughout the interior of the building, get the painting done, work my way from top down, get out of the room, move on to the next. So that's something that I think we should address.
We wouldn't have to go out for bid for that.
It would all be up to a discussion that I would have with the town administrator. It depends on what the cost will be.
Isn't it when it's under 10,000?
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to go out for bid.
right, exactly. So if I have a contractor who's willing to let us buy the materials directly, I think we can probably stay under that threshold. I just want to make sure that the town administrator is okay with that, so.
And what did we think it's going to cost Plan B to do it? We have a figure on that.
We didn't, because he was working under a contract that was hourly. However, based on the painting that was done previously with the exterior siding, I think we would be right at that mark between 10 and 15,000. So that's why I'm still not sure how this is going to go.
What's the,
Unless there's another, unless you want to get a painting party together, you know, aside from that. I
I'm
don't
okay.
know.
Those ceilings though, you can get up on that.
Use a roller. Let's go with the roller.
Mhm.
Yes. Anybody have any questions about this?
So are you talking about the entire painting job? Or
On the
waiting for
inside.
plan,
Right,
on the inside, okay,
Right.
so not waiting for plan B to come back and have the availability to do parts of it.
right now, he can't commit to, giving me a date, so.
Get somebody else in here, get it all done.
Did Plan B initially commit to doing this and then something else?
No, this was part of the secondary contract that he had, which was an on-call services contract, so painting was never on the docket. It was, I approached Plan B and asked if that's something we could do. And at the time, he agreed, but then some other, jobs came up and so, which have far bigger numbers than the painting interior project.
Does the painting go to the extent of, because it's an older building and I'm sure it's been painted before, do we have to have paint that's there or whatever stripped down or sanded down and be done? And
No, it's in excellent shape.
any kind of, there's no kind of specialty painting or anything that has to be.
No, the paint is in phenomenal shape in most of the building. And any of the areas that aren't, which is in closet areas, those are all being redone, meaning new surfaces.
Now, if you want to talk to the board agrees that we should talk to Ralph about this.
Yeah.
You can make you and Ralph can make a decision, Ralph comes back to the board.
Correct.
Vote and get the process going.
Correct.
Wait for our next meeting.
That's so what I was looking for.
Everybody okay with that?
Yes. Okay, yeah. The handrails went off to a slow start, but they're actually, you can't see them. They're being fabricated at the highway garage. And the reason there was a delay was there was an intern starting with the highway department, and Tom wanted to wait for the intern to come in so that intern could take that project from start to finish. I have to say they did a phenomenal job with the handrails. There was one snafu. There's a 90-degree bracket, which is a fabricated part. The supplier could not commit to giving us those because they had a machine that was down. They would not give us an end date as to when we could get those. So I remembered that there was a couple on Middle Street who built a home, and I was taken aback by the handrails of the house. And when I asked the question, who worked for a steel manufacturing company, so I reached out to them and they're making the breakfast. So great. And they should be there. It's just nothing's easy. And then the last thing is, I was having difficulty getting a firm date from Granite City Partners on the bid specs for the HVAC. I spent the day Monday in Boston at Granite City Partners, and we wrote the entire bid spec. So that is going to be in the central register next week. And the exact timelines are sort of laid out, but I will tell you that we should have a fully functional HVAC system by May 1st, which is more than enough time to meet our fall deadline.
Of course, they were doing the rail system.
Right.
That was our plans.
It was.
So when this, so when this goes out to bid, how long does staff to bid for?
3 weeks. There's a 1 week bid review process, and then we're already on the agenda for the selectmen's meeting the week following for approval. So we should have that approval by the end of February.
Do you have, knowing that this is not an exact science, but based on the way the bid is written, do you have a rough idea in your head, or does Granite City have an idea of what you think a reasonable bid would be?
Well, the market will bear it, but I think the estimated cost outside of design is $150,000. I think it's going to be higher than that. I think it'll be somewhere between 150 and 200. I think our funding source
Comes 200,000.
Yeah.
So is there a point at which the building committee and or trustees need to vote?
I will bring the bids back to this body, yes.
Because you mentioned the selectmen.
Well, the selectmen would, of course, would approve contracts.
Right.
But I think the recommendation from this body will be sought before they will vote on that. So that's why I don't have the exact dates. If we don't have a meeting scheduled, then we may have to set a meeting yet.
That's why I'm asking.
In order to make that happen.
We don't want to wait. We're not meeting as frequently, but we should be
Right.
prepared in February, it sounds like.
But I don't want to be premature and put that date on the table until this actually goes live and move further along.
Anybody have any other questions?
Going back just from a couple months ago to visit the doors, we talked about how the door doesn't open.
Correct.
Any thoughts on that yet?
I've asked Granite City to try to come up with some alternatives, so they're working on that as well. I don't have a plan as yet, no. But we will,
That's going to be involved in that
yes,
decision.
yes. Right. There's one last thing. As you know, we have 2 containers at the location right now. I have not been in them lately, but according to Mark, they're fairly full. And we have a 3rd container that recently vacated at the highway, the transfer station from the online town auction. So I have the ability to either return that container or discuss the option of moving it to the library. The reason I say that is I believe there's some more stuff that needs to be ordered.
Yep, it's ordered, it's coming in, yeah,
And
in March.
I don't know if this HVAC equipment is going to need a place to call home once it's ordered by the contractor. So I don't want to send it back, only to need it in 4 weeks. So I didn't know how the committee felt about just moving that from the transfer station to the library. It does have a monthly cost of just under $200. So it's an expense that bringing us through the opening date might be somewhere around $1,200 to $1,500. But they'll give us that extra room that we need to store items.
I think we should take it, because if we if we turn it down and we get put in this scenario where both get filled up with incoming deliveries, the only real other option is to take some stuff out of the storage containers and move it into 207 Main Street before the floors are finished, before everything's done. They have a giant mass of metal shelving, you gotta work around every single time, and put stuff up the floors and do all that stuff. That is an option. If we have 2 units and they get full, I think having a 3rd would not allow that to happen. So I think we should, I think we should have a 3rd, just to be on the safe side.
The other option would be bookshelves for the library. So I feel it. But I realized we could do this that. Bring it over there, bring it back there.
There are a lot,
I don't know what it's like.
yeah, there's not a lot of space to move around there, and one storage unit is completely full. I'd say the other one's about 75, or maybe 60% full. And these are pallets. I mean, yeah,
The only
I don't
space
think that
over
would-
there is in the basement, and to get it in there would be.
we can't carry a pallet down those things. A pallet of steel, especially with those wooden end panels. I'll tell you, those pallets with those wooden end panels, I have 3 of them right now in a unit. Between the 3 of them, they're about 2 tons. And they're just long custom pallets, like. Good luck getting down those things.
I think we need a motion on this though to approve this thing.
What does that? Does our budget allow that kind of money?
Yes.
Motion to
I
move the.
I would make a motion to request that the building commissioner take the storage unit over from the transfer station to the site where the library is. That storage unit until it's no longer needed, potentially up until the opening of the library.
Is there a second on that motion?
Second.
On that motion, so you're asking that Jim actually move the.
Well, I did say building commissioner.
I'll give them that.
You'd be surprised about these more.
I know you can do it.
Is there any discussion? on this?
Would that unit be gone at opening?
All 3 units will be gone.
All 3 will be gone, so it's not.
I hope all 3 will be gone before that.
That's what I thought.
Yes, that's right.
No, get them all out, that's good.
Yeah. Any other questions? If not, I'll call for a vote, starting with Brett.
Aye.
Mark Crockett, Mark Crockett,
Kevin Chico, aye.
Ron Connor, aye.
Jonathan Gale, aye.
James Aguirre, aye.
Mark Sparrow, aye.
Passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
thank you.
That brings us to the budget.
Can I say one thing on the, so I met with Offers to do the program room, technology. They gave me a quote. I actually talked with Zach from the Friends. It's gonna be on the agenda for the next meeting. Up to cover that. He seemed receptive to it, so I'm, gonna bring that up there. And I'm actually doing a walkthrough with Offers, and Jim's gonna join me, on Monday at Main Street. And so basically, we're gonna walk through. I wanna get on the schedule for installation. I wanna make sure it's a time when the room's ready to have the stuff installed. But I don't wanna wait too long, because if we wait too long, it's not ready for the fall opening. So I wanna make sure we schedule a good time. And also, they're supplying all the cabling and all the connectors and all that. That I heard that. I said I wanted to talk to Jim. So Jim and I are gonna be there on Monday. We'll get that in the queue. And then we're gonna get a really nice program with an electronic screen, a projector, nice little sound system. We're gonna be able to do a lot of cool stuff in there. So I think this will be really, really nice when it's all said and done.
Questions?
I'm back to the unit. Is that funded by funds of the building committee or the trustees?
That would be the building committee. Yep, special order.
Just want to make sure.
What would the cost roughly be for this? technology?
Yep, the parts, the equipment is $6,507.25. Installation is $3,600, so it's under 10,000. That's why I want to talk to Zach, because parts alone is a record of the smartphone, but I want to talk about installation with the friends.
And that technology room is just for one area, it's not for the technology and team room and.
Correct, this is just for the programmer, yeah. Yep.
Anybody have any questions about that? If not, we'll move to the budget. Okay, anything on the budget?
I do not, budget, the town accountant has been out this week on vacation, she told me, so I don't have an updated monthly printout, but I can tell you it hadn't changed. I haven't paid any bills the last month. I will note, we did get a nice donation, $1,000 to New Library Project Anonymous, so that's actually good to report on. I like to put on good news like that. So that's next time we get a report on that, the new library fund will be increased by $1,000. So very appreciative of that.
Was that a resident donation or?
Library, like a library friend supporter, yeah.
Grants and fundraising, you have anything on grants? I know the fundraising committee, we were going to meet at 4, but we're not going to meet at 4 now because we failed to post it.
I didn't know anything to post on.
That's okay.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
yeah,
take responsibility too
Yeah.
for that, so our next meeting, when should be our next meeting after our scheduled meeting with the library building committee?
I think so. I think we did.
We'll discuss that.
Okay.
Take it. Come up with an agenda.
Sure, yep.
Anything on grants? We all know that the grants, we were extended on the ADA grant, right? We have.
That's until June of 26.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do want to talk to you about that, Jonathan. I'm ready to start playing with some of those forms.
Okay.
At some point, I'll get with you. Yeah.
So we'll touch base.
Yes,
This weekend or next week.
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Community updates and information. Have we had anything on social media?
Yes, I have. So there used to be a whole mess of things cluttered on the floor of the children's section that has since been removed and cleared. I took a few photos, did a post on Facebook, and like clockwork, we got close to 100 likes and a whole bunch of comments. If anyone needs likes on their Facebook page, just post photos of the new library. It's a guarantee. It's a guarantee. Yeah. You're feeling down, want some likes, post photos of the new library. I said it lightheartedly, but I mean that it seems to be a lot of real positivity
It's good.
about the project.
I think people are looking forward to the library. I hear it all the time. They always want a date.
Right.
We don't have a date, but we have a pretty good time. So,
I will say though, if that May 1st date holds for the HVAC, I can give you a date right now, of when the grand opening could be.
No, it's good.
That's why I didn't say it, that's why I didn't say it, that's why I didn't say it, I said I could give you a date right now if that holds.
If I were to, last week,
I'm saying, if that holds, I can give you a date right now today, when the grand opening would be. But we're gonna wait and see a contract.
Okay, well,
Your optimism is wonderful.
It's gotta be optimistic, you gotta be optimistic.
I really.
you weren't here for the trustees meetings, that's why.
Yeah.
He said we could go to the bank with the date that he gave us.
I said, if that May 1st date comes up, I'm gonna go to the bank on it.
and I heard Ron had to hold you back.
Oh, man.
No,
I said if.
But the like meter will go through the roof on the day that you post the grand opening day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's good.
Okay, is there anything else everybody wants to bring up before I ask for the?
Yeah, community updates and information, one other thing, February, I have a speaker coming, Ted Reinstein, I don't know, how to pronounce his name.
Channel 5?
Yes, and so that, if any, I know Chronicle was mentioned a few times. First of all, you're welcome to come to the talk, it's gonna be a great talk. But that could be a time to catch his ear about potential Chronicle visit, potential Chronicle story. I know it's gonna come a few times.
What's he speaking?
He's speaking on a book he wrote, Desegregation of Baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Titles of 4 Brooklyn, yeah. So again, come to talk about it. It's the 4th Thursday in February.
Basically, I saw a photos book about the general stores.
Okay, yeah, so he's talking about that, and, but if you, so again, come talk, it's gonna be great, but if you wanna catch him up on, and maybe an aside after the presentation. So I'm just planting the seed to anybody who wants to.
It's Chronicle, it's not a time.
No,
Right,
Talks about
exactly.
different libraries.
Exactly, yep.
That's February, right?
That's February, yep, that's the February program.
And I do have
There's a program in January and the FISA.
That's right, yep,
So it'd be good to have a,
Thursday.
4th,
It's the 4th.
4th Thursday, yep,
So that's the 20.
No,
yes.
no.
And that's from the same speaker that Lizzie Borden. Got good feedback about it. Yeah, I got good feedback on it, so I booked it from us.
So good.
so it would be good to have a packet for him to take back
Yep.
about the library project and the library, the history.
We could approach him with a, and say, sure, I'll think about it, and say, well, thank you for thinking about it, here's the ready-made packet for you.
Yeah, because I think we should just hand it to him, we would have a conversation and say, in case you need this, right, because he undoubtedly would ask for something like that.
So I wanted to plant the seed with you on that.
Yeah, I think we put it on the trustees agenda for our next meeting and put it on the agenda for here, and we'll get something together. I think it's a good thing to do.
And I think if you approached him and said, you know, if Chronicle ever wanted to do a feature on historical libraries, here's a packet. I did. And kind of that way or something.
Or
Or just wanted to one on us.
municipalities, you know,
Because,
making,
you know,
well, you know what I'm talking about. You know, take a silk purse and like stuff. Something like that, but that's not the analogy, that's a good one, but it's, you know, towns making the best of their circumstances, it's creative, innovative, preservative, you know, all that kind of stuff, so.
We'll give them the thing about the moving from a
Early 20th
early
century.
20th century to a 19th century
To create a
with
person.
21st century technology. That is the tagline.
It'll run on this. Who else can do that?
So
Who else would?
Who else? Anyway.
This town would have it no other way.
Put a packet together.
Sorry,
for,
we recorded, so I'm-
do some stuff on historical features.
That would be
The
great.
stories of the library.
All right.
We want to do a sale for him.
I'm glad you.
Yeah,
I did.
you know, he may say you need to talk to so-and-so, but that's fine. Because we can say, yeah, we're talking to Ted Reinstein, and he said, we should talk. All right,
Does everybody have an opportunity to read the minutes from our last meeting?
Okay, thanks a lot.
There's no questions, so ask for a motion to approve the minutes of December 12th, 2024.
So moved.
For a second,
Second.
any further discussion? I'll ask for a roll call vote, starting with Britt.
Britt, aye.
Pat Gales, aye.
Mark Rocket,
Ken Pacheco, aye.
Ron O'Connor, aye.
Jonathan Gill, stay.
James Aguirre, aye.
Mark Tavares, aye.
Thank you, it passes.
I'll entertain a motion from the trustees to approve the minutes of the December 12th, 2024 meeting.
So moved.
Second,
Discussion. We'll vote. Ron O'Connor, aye.
Rita Russo, aye. And Mike Summer.
Motion passes.
Schedule our next meeting. This is second Thursday, which we've been doing, February 13th. Do we want to meet more often or be okay with once a month?
I think once a month seems to be, yeah.
As we get closer, we might have to meet a little bit more often. So does February 13th work out? For everybody clear?
What day of the week is that?
That's a
Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay, is that the second Thursday?
It's the second Thursday. Okay, we'll meet on the 13th at 3 o'clock. Library trustees.
So same schedule. Mark, can you join a fundraising committee meeting on the 13th at 4 o'clock?
Hello.
Yeah, I should be able to do that.
Hello.
Okay, so
So we'll do the 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. That work?
In the same format. Trustees.
Yes, 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 yes.
nothing else, I'll ask. for-
Actually, tonight, I had one question.
Sure.
It's only a thought under the business, just as a present and future. Because I overheard, when we got here, I overheard you guys talking about doing the letters to, excuse me, to Mark and Pat, thanking them for the years of, service, et cetera, et cetera. So in line with that, and because we just talked a little bit about potentially putting a packet together, does it make sense to also send a letter to the new state rep and the new state center with a packet? Just saying, we want to introduce you to our library kind of thing. This is what we're at for the future. We hope for your support. We're looking forward to inviting you to our grand opening.
I think that's a good idea.
Just
That's a
to
nice idea.
That's good.
get it into their heads. So we can use that, potentially that same packet. So, could be used for other things too. Just a thought.
I think you should introduce ourselves to the, the senator and the new representative, because we're gonna be asking them for things.
Yeah. So I think this is a good time to reach out at the same time, I guess is what I'm thinking. We have something put together.
You have something else?
Yeah, I think go back to budget real quick. Sorry. Two invoices for, I believe, Jim, the handrails? Yeah, two invoices regarding the handrails. One's totaling $262.50. The other one totals $49. I'd like to pay those down for the special item.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the payments of these two invoices. The amounts that were just mentioned.
So moved.
For a second.
Second.
Are you today?
Need a second. That's all I can say.
Any discussion? If not, I'll call for a roll call vote, starting with Jim.
James Aguirre, aye.
We'll go this way, Jonathan.
Jonathan Gale, aye.
Ron O'Connor, aye.
Ken Pacheco, aye.
Mark Rocket,
Pat Gales, aye.
Britt, Reynolds, aye.
Mark Tavares, aye.
Thank you. Passes. Is there anything else? If not, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the
Second.
library building committee.
All for the vote, starting with Brett.
Britt, aye.
Pat Gales, aye.
Mark Rocket,
Ken Pacheco, aye.
Ron O'Connor, aye.
Jonathan Gale.
James Aguirre, aye.
Mark Tavares, aye.
Thank you, Mark. Thank everybody.
Thank you, Mark.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the library trustees meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Vote Ron O'Connor, aye.
Rita Russo, aye. And Mike Summer.
Trustees meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you. Jim, I just have one question. I appreciate it. You said central